Hey, it is your girl Pusher. If you're not pushing forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud. Forward, ever, backwards, never. No, really, say that thing out loud. Forward, ever, backwards, never. Did you get your copy of It Takes One to Know One, Workbook and Journal, People Pusher, and Remember Me? No? Well, go over to pusherlife.org, go to the office link, and get your copies today. I'm telling you, it will bless not half your life, not some of your life, but your whole life. I'm trying to tell you. And while you're over there, hit that link, Healing 1 Million People, and take the pledge. Take the pledge. Take the pledge. You're taking the pledge to commit to your growth and development. And you are saying that I want to collectively grow and stand beside my sister and my brother as a community. So take the pledge while you're in the meantime, between time, hey, you know I like to maximize every second of every minute in this hour that we have. So I will not delay any further. So we're doing something different on this evening. And so without further ado, I am going to introduce someone that I've been working with for, I don't even know how long. It seems like I've known her forever. And she does call me auntie. And she just makes it come alive for me. But this person is really special to me. And so we decided to flip the script. Instead of me asking the questions, she's going to ask the questions. So a lot of people want to know a lot of stuff about the pusher. And so what I thought it would be a great idea to have someone who has learned me and who continues and who is still learning me to ask whatever questions that comes up that I feel like other people may have but don't want to ask. I'm somebody, if you ask me a question about me, I'll tell you mind your business if I don't want you to know. It's as simple as that. But this young lady, let's encourage her, let's push her. Because she's running the show. She's running it today. And I'm just so happy and so grateful to have this opportunity to share with her. Before we get started, I do want to bring to your attention that there is a lot of stuff going on in between the month of January and February. And last week, I asked you all if you have something, let me know so that we can collectively share it. No one did that. But what I will do is highlight a few events that is coming up. One event is Vision and Paint. I don't want to say the wrong thing. So what I am going to do real quickly is before we get started, give me a second. You know, when you want something, it is always a delay. All right. So before we get started, I'm going to give you the information for this event. It is called Manifest and Paint, a vision board experience hosted by Lady Marlo. And it will be January the 24th, 2026 at 2 p.m., 2 to 5 p.m. Inbox me for details and I will send you the flyer. I will send you the actual flyer if you are interested. And so you got to inbox me so that I can send you the flyer. The flyer will be posted on all my social media handles. Also, if you won a ticket for January the 18th and you have not gotten your ticket from me, no worries. I will have them. I will be at the event early at January the 18th so that I can assure that everyone has their ticket in hand, because that is the only way you're going to be able to get in. But all my tickets is counted for. So people, if you don't want me to give them away, you better show up. And in the meantime, in between time, we're going to get started. And if you have something coming up and you would like for me to share it, you got to get the information to me ahead of time. That is what I do. I share information. I do not gatekeep it. So yeah, we got a lot going on. All right. So I'm going to be quiet and bring this young lady up so she could do her thing.
Ooh, I'm on there. What's up?
Yes, you are.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle Fitzgerald. A little bit about myself. I met Carlita when I was behind the wall. And during that time, it was the most pivotal moment in my life, I must say. I also must say that God always uses me as an example. So even when I try to be, raggedy and go away from his grace and his love, he always tends to bring me back, show me that, he loves me, cleans me up, and allows me to start over and have a fresh start. The fact that I'm talking to you guys today, is a blessing. God gave me a second chance, when I was behind the wall. And one of my biggest things in life was, an internal battle, like an emotional battle. So I grew up as an athlete. I was a hooper. I was a dog. I'm one of Baltimore's finest.
Dude, that's right. Come through.
So,
Teach your own home, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I grew up as an athlete, and when I graduated college, I stepped into womanhood. Like I literally stepped into womanhood. I was no longer an athlete, and when I was an athlete, I was only an athlete. I didn't even imagine my life without basketball. But I got to the point to where it's like I literally fell out of love with the game, and I don't think nobody understood that time in my life. It was just a crazy time, but I found myself still living through basketball, even when I started working. Like I've always been a hard worker. So when I started working, like my supervisor used to love me for working hard, how I speak, and just a lot of transferable things that I learned through basketball. And through that I found a passion of exercising and working out. So that brings me to, I'm gonna need y'all help because I've been talking about this thing for a while. I came up with a name called Body More Fits, which is going to be a fitness and nutrition business. Like I said, I've been talking about it for a while. I talk about it a lot to family members, friends, and the thing is not going away. So I'm gonna stop holding myself back and follow God and just allow him to lead me and just start it, start it wherever it is. I literally created a gym in my living room and, got rid of all my furniture. And I was like, I'm going to start it, but I never did. So honestly, it's just, a me versus me thing. So yeah, so we are going to get started with the questions. If you guys have any questions, make sure you comment down below and we're going to definitely get it answered. So first thing we're going to start with is rapid fire. Rapid fire. So answer the questions real quick. You ready?
Wait a minute. Hold up. I ain't used to people taking me through this. All right. I'm ready.
I'm gonna start you off easy. I ain't gonna let you up yet, but it's going. Right. Are you ready? All right, rapid fire. West Baltimore, East Baltimore.
West.
I guess. Tupac or Biggie?
Ooh.
Rapid
fire. Tupac.
Favorite movie?
The New Legend of Shaolin.
Okay. Pet peeve. Biggest pet peeve.
The biggest pet peeve that I have is when people interrupt conversations.
Oh.
Without saying excuse me or just waiting for an opportunity.
See, I do armed security, so I hate when people stand in front of me. Like I can't stand it. That gets on my nerves. Ideal date.
My ideal date is simple. My ideal date is really in the house. When I come in the house, it's set. The atmosphere, the ambiance is set. And it don't really have to require food. It can require games, a movie, something different outside of the norm. But I'd rather for it to be intimate versus to be out on a, at a restaurant or something like that. I'm really a hopeful romantic.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. I feel it. All right, so let's get into the questions. Like I said, I'm gonna start you off a little easy, then I'm gonna light you up a little on. All right.
So
So
what's the topic? What is the topic?
it varies. Like the
Who
question
pushes
is
the pusher?
like I don't. Why you worry about my questions? I thought I
Oh,
was
all
gonna
right.
chill out. All right, so I'm gonna start you off easy. What does a typical day look like for the pusher?
A typical day, work. Um, I love what I do. And so a typical day for me is going to work, doing what I'm passionate about, and then getting off of work and investing in some kind of way in the pusher project. So I'm always thinking, I'm always creating, I'm always researching. So a typical day for me is work, doing what I love to do, and my second doing again what I love to do.
Okay. So you talk about your journey in your podcast. You did 22 years. Thank God you're home. Um,
Yes.
what's the first thing you did when you came home? Like, what is the first thing that you do after you serve so much time? Like the first day.
So the first day, so oh wow. So the first day, I never get a chance to really talk about this type of stuff. So the
Okay.
first day, the first thing I did was my niece was standing right outside with for waiting for me. My niece, my best friend, my niece Raven, my best friend Shanae, my attorney, Miss Lee Goodmark. Shout out to her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they were outside waiting for me while they so when I came out, I just hugged them. I hugged everybody, but when it came to my niece, I kind of just broke down
Mm-hmm.
and just cried like a baby a little bit, and then she just mothered me like, oh, it's okay, I got it on record, I got the receipts.
Mm-hmm.
um, and then from there, I went over my favorite aunt house in the world. I had the best aunt in the world. And my sister had got all the elders together. And they were waiting for me. And so I rode home, I rode there with my best friend, Shanae. It was important for me to do that because she stepped in when she didn't have to. And she
Mm-hmm.
been riding this thing with me. Like my sister lived far away. My niece, was doing her thing and trying to figure it out. People were where they at, but God placed her in my life, and she stepped up and rocked that thing out. I got the most visits from her. My first parole hearing, she stepped up. She, went through that process with me. So it was only right that I take that trip with her. And we rode. I was so happy. I was so tickled. But when I got over my aunt, this was during COVID, she sprayed us down with Lysol, honey.
Oh wow.
Sprayed us down. But once she was satisfied, we all came in, and I just, was in the midst of love. And that's how I spent my first day home, is with the elders and
I
a
love it.
couple other extra people.
That's so cool.
Yep.
Okay, so my next question is who and what pushes the pusher? What keeps you going? Because you are the pusher. So let's say you wake up one day, right? And you don't feel like pushing yourself. And you are the pusher, so you are expected to push other people. So in those moments, like who and what pushes you and how do you persevere?
Oh wow. So I do have a village.
Who's
I have a village, but in particular, the people that intentionally push me, I'm going to say them by name. There's a
besides
lot besides you.
yeah. But go ahead.
um, my sister prays for me on purpose and with purpose. My sister doesn't try to figure me out. She doesn't try to figure things out. She prays in all things. And her encouragement and the wisdom that she gives me pushes me. I got my brother aunt and my
Not the
yes. My extended family, Michelle and Veronica,
yes, ma'am.
they are who I believe God put in place to give me the very thing that I need, especially during the times where um, I ain't got it. And I recently just went through a season where I didn't have it. And my community stepped up. I have the Ladies League of Baltimore. I have Pivot Workforce Development. I have so many different people in my life that really, really encourages me. They support me. Prayer is important to me. And
That,
so when God places me on people's hearts and people's minds. Some people I know. I know some people that prays for me on purpose. And so shout outs to them because we grow together, we learn together, we cry together, we do so much together. Um, and it's without judgment and it comes with unconditional love. So I have to say that my village that God has blessed me with, I even have people that's all the way in Texas that supports me all over the globe in Atlanta. I have so many people that pour into my life. I even met new people, you know, that pours into my life, even like you yourself. Even today, you encouraged me. You know what I mean? You gave me something different to think about. My cousins, I might not talk to them every day, but because I'm home now and I know that some of them is watching, they push me just because I know they watching.
Amen. That's really good. I definitely can relate to that because, like, for a while, I used to stay in a show a lot. Like, I was literally in like a athletic mindset of like whatever you go through, you got to push through. You got to perform the next day, like and just growing up with that, whatever go in this house, stay in this house. So it actually feels good to vent to people that doesn't want to fix me. At the end of the day, like you loving me, you just being here for me. That's all I can expect. And I definitely appreciate those who are here for me. My village is also big too. My pivot
Mhm,
family, my aunties, my cousins, uncles, and just his whole journey just allowed me to just look at life different. Even
mhm,
the people that I don't even want to look at, God speaks to me and he be like, Michelle, go hug that person. Go tell them you love them.
mhm.
But now it's like, God, like I said, he always had his hand over me. Even though I may not have always made the best decisions, like he always just snatched me back up. And that's just a blessing.
Yes,
But
yes.
okay, so oftentimes we grow up and see healthy things and unhealthy things. For an example, like my mom had OCD real bad. Like I could not, like I have three brothers. I was the only girl. So she'll come home, it's a fork in the sink. She waking the whole house up. Everybody punished, we'll get a butt whipping. If we leave out to go to school, our bed's not cleaned up, we getting punished. And that ran with me, when I was in college. So, because, I went away to North Carolina. So now I'm living in a whole nother state by myself. Now it's like, fix your bed up. Now I know how to cook, because she used to punish us, be like, you got to cook dinner tonight. So it's like now, exploring to a woman in another state. So that definitely helped me out. But some of the things that I had to unlearn was, like I said, keeping things bottled up. So now that I'm more open to speaking, like I feel like God has put me in a lot of positions to speak. Like today, every time I go to pivot, come speak, Michelle. Or if I go to one of my practices, I'm speaking to the ladies. Like God just putting me in a position to speak and use my voice. And I've never been ashamed to tell my story. So I'm just thanking God that I'm able to go through it. But my question is, what are some beliefs that help you the most, and what are some things that you had to unlearn?
Um, to sum it up is my faith. My faith is what carries me.
Mm-hmm.
Although, and although in this human experience, there is unpleasantry and there are things that I wish I don't want to experience. However, it is my faith that is activated, that I am operating in. It's my faith.
Amen.
There is a lot of things that I had to unlearn because, and I'm still unlearning. Most people detach themselves from the things that they learned from their childhood. I'm not only had to detach myself from the things that was not serving me from my childhood, but I was institutionalized in a sense. And so I had to learn, not necessarily unlearn some things, because some things that I picked up while incarcerated, I'm going to keep.
Learning.
But although there's some things that I learned and most people might not understand it, where I come in at is that I have to understand and accept that everybody might not understand where I'm coming from, my rhyme of reason for doing or saying what I'm doing and or saying, if that makes sense. So there's some things that I'm not willing to unlearn that I learned while in prison. For instance, one of the things that you had to learn, and I was taught this in prison, is when you go into your cell, take your shoes off. And we did that because when you walk in a compound, it's geese poop, all types of stuff on the ground. And you in this one little small cubicle, you don't want to track that stuff in your cell. While I'm kind of the same way now that I'm home, even though it might not be geese poop, I don't know what's out there in the ground. So I don't walk with my shoes. Sometimes I do, just to kind of break through that.
Yeah.
I do, but that's something that I won't change. And it's small, but it's something that I'm not willing to change.
That's good. I mean, hey. So you talked about people not understanding you. So my next question actually is, what do people misunderstand about you and your journey?
Chill. People think I am the meanest
Because that's what
person.
I was about to say too. Like, I'm sitting here doing face yoga because I be okay, but I'll look mean. Like, my mom used to say, smile because you're gonna look mean when you grow up. Now I really do look mean. I promise I'm a nice person. I could crash out, but ultimately I'm a nice person. So, like,
Yes.
definitely misunderstood when it comes to that. So you tell me.
Yeah, people think that I am the meanest person in the room
For real.
because of the way that I look, and my energy is so reserved, and I'm so I'm just so focused, especially when I'm in an unfamiliar environment. But that's just the nature of who I am. I'm reserved. I'm an introvert.
So, like, when I first met Carlita behind the wall, like I said, my first day, I'm just sitting there and she's just looking at my soul, and I'm just like, yo, like.
So that's not going to change. So let me give some context to that. So it's most people would think it comes for trauma, and it probably does, but it's something that I'm not willing to change, because for one, you should never judge a book by a cover just because of how I look or whatever, because everybody that has gotten to know me loves me. They really do. I am a whole vibe, and I'm so down to earth, aren't I? I am so down to earth. But most people, when first meeting me, they just think that I'm so mean, and it works for me because I don't want you to play with me. I don't want you to ever think that it's okay to play with me. So it is sort of a defense mechanism in my attitude, but in my character, I'm just reserved and I'm laid back when I want to be. It's just now that I have certain people in my life, they bring out certain qualities of me, out of me. So some people think that I am an extrovert, but I'm not. I just learned that I have the ability to become an extrovert when it's necessary, when I want to. I control it. But my default is introvert. I am an introvert. That is, I'd rather be by myself. I'd rather be home alone. I'm good with that. And I won't complain. But yeah, most people think that I'm the meanest person in the room.
I feel it. And with me, like, I work in a male dominant profession. So I do armed security. So it's like, and given that I'm an attractive female, as y'all can see, like, sometimes I have to bark. Like, that's like a defense mechanism too, because it's like, you're not going to take me serious. And I don't want you to think you can play with me. So it's like, but, 2025, I got humbled. And it's like, now I had to find that balance of still starting on business, but being
Yeah.
professional. So that's one of the things that I had to learn in 2025, and I must say that it was definitely a journey. Because, like I said, I got humbled real quick, and God gave me a second opportunity, and like I said, He just keep blessing me. So regardless,
Right.
like He literally shows
Well,
me.
one of the so let me add this too. One of the things that I challenge myself to do is to smile more. Because I don't want, that's not the first thing. I don't want I don't want people to always think that I'm the meanest person. So when I'm walking in certain rooms today, I don't have to remind myself to smile because I practiced this so much. Now I just naturally smile more often than normal. And I had help. I didn't do it on my own. I had people checking in. Did you smile today? Monica could tell you she's one of them that would text me. Did you smile today, sis? I'm just saying. And so it's people like that, and
right,
that is in my life. When I say I want to do something, they hold me to it. And because at first I used to blame it on my mother. Well, blame it on my mother. I get it, my look from my mother, and I made the decision to stop blaming my mother for how I'm coming across to people and doing something about it. And so sometimes I do show up, I smile, I'm bubbly. It's not all the time, but I do show up and try to be, a little bit more softer in my appearance, because I don't want to run people away. Some people I want to run away, but some people I don't.
I feel it. Like, my biggest thing is now is like when I'm pissed off, still keeping a straight face, because you gonna know I'm pissed off. Like, you gonna know I'm pissed off. You gonna know you pissed me off, and you need to. Okay. Next question. Um, what does healing mean to you beyond physical recovery?
Oh, wow. Beyond physical recovery is internal. So for me, that's why we have this platform. That's
Mhm.
why the theme is healing out loud. Because it starts from the inside out. And so for me, the healing has to take place internally. And how do you do that? Is, for me, my healing journey started when I first looked in the mirror and really looked at myself.
Mhm.
I had, people tell me, speak life into me, but it wasn't until I looked in that mirror and really accepted who I was, what I was doing, my mindset, and all of that, accepting all of that. And once I've done that, I begin to heal internally. I begin to deal with myself internally. And so that's why today it may seem easy, but it's not. It's just that it's necessary for
Amen.
me to deal with the issues of my heart. It's necessary.
I feel it. I feel it because I mean, for me, like, I realized that I needed to deal with things that was in my heart, because it shows up for me. Like I said, when I'm going through some stuff, it shows like in my body. Even when I'm angry, it shows. When I'm not angry, it shows. So it's like, all right, like, and even guys, they'll tell me like, you're beautiful, but you don't look approachable. So it's, I don't know, but that's the thing. Like, I love that, I constantly work on myself. I constantly find ways to improve. Like, the face yoga is just not something that, like, I just need to start doing it.
Right.
But,
Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
so do you get nervous? Because you just giving like bulldog, like, you just give like, do you get nervous? Like,
Girl,
That's the question.
yes.
That's it.
Yes.
That's the
You
question.
want me to give you a couple people numbers so you can call them? At the beginning, I used to talk to my sister. When I first started this platform, I used to call my sister before I did every show, and she had to talk me down off the cliff. I used to talk to Michelle, she had to talk me off the cliff. I still get nervous, but it isn't an unhealthy nervous like it was before. The nervousness was rooted in my insecurities. Now, my nervousness, I believe, is just a natural reaction because you don't, it's when you take people's hearts and you putting yourself in a position to be responsible for that, you don't want to mess that up. And
Right.
so for me, the nerves come from God. Please just empty me out and fill me so that anything that I say, it will empower and not destroy, because there were times in my life where my words destroyed. It
Mm,
tore down communities of people.
mm,
And so now the nervousness is, God, and please don't let me take anything personal that I may hear, because it's
mm,
not always about me. So I have those kind of, conversations that, ignites that nervousness. But I believe for me, the nervousness helps keep me humble. It keeps me humble. And so the day that I'm not nervous, I am going to be concerned for myself.
I can never tell because I be
Yeah, I
like,
get bubble
I never heard.
guts, girl. I get bubble guts. I get all of that still
Yeah,
in
I used to
all
be.
things. Whenever I have to speak, whenever I have to minister and dance, whenever I have to do anything that involves other people, I am nervous.
Oh, definitely, definitely, definitely. So now that you know that, but you keep putting me on the spot every time. But
Because you
okay,
can work through it. You definitely can work through it. You doing it now.
you're right. You're right. I asked God to do it, and He literally gave it to me. Like,
Yep. See?
buddy. Okay, so what legacy do you want to leave?
I want the legacy that girl, you got some good questions.
Thank you. Thank you.
The legacy that I want to leave is that I made a difference. That the not necessarily the whatever it is that I extended, it was for the advancement of my people. I want to be known as a freedom fighter. I want to be known as a liberator. I want to be known as someone who make disciples. I want to be known for someone who really, 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 really cares about their people and their healing. Um, I want to be known for doing my part. My name one day will be in the history books.
You, definitely from your lips to God's ears.
Yeah, no doubt.
Um, Same. Like I don't know. Like I used to have like so many expectations and things like that, which is still present, but it's like I don't know. God has been really just peeking and showing up in my life and just showing me like different examples and just like I said, constantly humbling me and reassuring that you know this is like a like you're a soldier. You know, you one of mine's. Like so, he got constantly just puts me in positions to like I said, just humble myself. But
All right.
we thank God for him. Okay, so you thought about legacy. So specifically in 2026, what are your goals and what do you expect and what are we going to expect to see from the pusher in 2026?
Okay, so my 2026 goals is I want to interview Jasmine Crockett.
Okay. Who's
I
that?
want to. You don't know who Jasmine Crockett is?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna have to send you some information so you can get with it because you might be the one to help me get it.
Okay.
I will send you information on her. She is straight out of Texas running for Senate, and I want her to get it. I also want to have a sit down with Governor Westmore, who is the governor from the state of Maryland. Jasmine Crockett is out of Texas. And so right now she's a representative. And right now she's running to for state senate. And I have an appreciation for that. So I want to interview her. I want to interview Wes Moore. I also want to reach at least 500 subscribers in 2026. And with those 500 subscribers, my desire is that together we expand the initiative healing 1 million people, one person at a time. That is something that I have been working on. It's something that is near and dear to my heart. And that's why I always talk about it. Take the pledge. So in 2026, you can look forward to hearing a lot more about healing 1 million people. And one of the things that I desire too is to have an event healing 1 million people, one person at a time, and start with who I have. It could be one person, because remember, it's one person at a time. So yeah, you can look forward to that. You can look forward to, our community kind of expanding. As you've seen the intro, we getting a little bit more creative.
I see.
We are a little bit more intentional. And so we're just looking to kind of expand and have more people. The one thing that I talked to Michelle about today that you can look forward to in 2026 is men. We need to hear the voices of our men that are in the community, because it's so many women that are out with heels on the ground that's doing the work. But we're kind of off balance. There's some things that I believe women just should not be doing that we are doing by ourselves. And I believe if we make room for our male counterpart to work together, it will balance us out, and we can reach the masses just a little quicker than what we are doing if we just work together. Everybody wants to reinvent the wheel versus you take what you have, you take what you have, you take what you have, and we bring it together. And so in 2026, you can expect more conversations. I will be challenging men to step up a little bit more and share on a platform. Like, what are you doing and what do you need from your female counterpart? Like, what kind of support do you need? We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We can do it together.
I love that. Okay. So while we on men, let's talk about love for a second. I found that this new age dating is so weird. Like, I feel like I think that it's not enough. Like, for me, I'm 29, so like my generation of dating is very hard because I'm an old soul. Like, I still want, you to ask my dad, to marry me. I still want you to open the door for me. I still want like constant communication, reassurance. Like, I don't know, like, and now it's like I'm 29, like I don't have any kids, like, and I'm a wife, so it's like I'm never going to settle like for anything. So it's like dating now and holding men to certain standards and certain boundaries. It's like now I look crazy because I'm setting you to a standard and setting you to a boundary. And I just like, I'm the type of person, I have a low tolerance. So it's just like, all right, I'm gonna try to work with you because I have this fight of like, am I just being like a dog? Am I just not being like, understanding, or am I just, just have that little patience, or am I willing to work with this person, or like knowing when to walk away? So I guess that's my question. Like, and I want you to think of it of like my age dating and how hard it is. Like, I
So
know
what you saying? Your age dating. So what are you
it's crazy.
saying?
I'm not trying to call you old, but it's just like it's hard to
So
explain.
listen, here
Like,
you go. I have an answer for that. For one, so let me share with you. When I first came home, I didn't date. I didn't do anything like that because I wanted to figure it out, my life out. Um, um, Now I realize that whoever you choose, anybody, it has to have purpose. And so I have a companion. What is a companion? A companion is someone that you can go anywhere in the world with. Somebody that will accompany you any and everywhere, and that it just works. A lot of people have a misconception, but you have to have some type of purpose. And not only that, you have to understand when longing to be in relationships, it takes work. Do you have the emotional and mental capacity to invite somebody in your space? Because what happens is it's your baggage and their baggage, their struggles and your struggles. Y'all marrying all that when you choosing to be in a relationship. So you have to ask yourself, what are you willing to endure? Because one, the person that you choose ain't gonna think like you. They're not gonna have the same perception as you. Might not. Oh, you might lock up and find somebody that think exactly like you, but I haven't met not one person who thinks exactly like me. Are you open to growing and learning alongside of somebody who has different upbringing than you? That's just different. Their healing might be slower than yours or quicker than yours. So it's all these things that you have to ask yourself. For one, as a woman, stop looking.
I don't look.
Continue to work on you and it will come. Continue to work on you because you attract who you are. Subconsciously and consciously. You attract who you are. And so if you don't want to settle, then do not put unrealistic expectations on other people, because you're going to find yourself miserable. You're going to find yourself alone. So don't just try. Let it happen organically, but make sure that you have the emotional intelligence to handle it.
That is good, because Auntie Michelle told me a quote that was so good today. She said the fantasy is always better than the reality. And I was
it really is. And she did not tell no lie.
Like,
it really is,
so
because
crazy.
there's no, in all things in life, relationship, anything that we go through this new is always a honeymoon stage. But what we forget as human beings is that we are responsible to keep the honeymoon stage active. If you don't purposely remain active and work at it, guess what's going to happen to the honeymoon stage? It's going to fade away. And now y'all looking at each other like, what you doing here? And so it is your responsibility, both people responsibility, to consciously work at sustaining a relationship. It takes a lot of work. I'm going through it now, growing pains, learning. I don't like conflict in my relationship, but I realize if there's no conflict, there's no growth.
True.
If you agree with everything that I'm saying, everything, every decision that I'm making, something is wrong. It has to be some level of conflict in order to grow. There has to be some level of resistance. Why? Because we don't think alike. We don't move, the same. You know what I mean? But the goal is that we share a vision, a mission, and a purpose, and that we work towards that so that we both can grow. I don't want to stand alongside nobody that ain't growing.
What?
I often tell people what I have is perfectly imperfect. It's perfectly imperfect. And I'm good with that because I'm learning, I'm growing. I'm learning stuff about myself. The idea is not to lose yourself in a relationship, it's to discover new things about you in a relationship. That's where I'm at today.
I feel that.
But I don't do the dating thing. I ain't got time for that.
I know, I'm sick of dating. I'm just ready to find my husband and get out these streets. But Auntie Michelle also told me that she's on this. I don't know if I'm sorry if I put you out there, but she's on this journey of for 6 months. And I was like, that is like good. I think I just want to do that because I'm about to be 30 this year. I have my goals. I always said year 2026 was my year. Why? Because hold on, I wrote it in my notes. It's crazy how so many things are connected to 26 or 6. it's always been my like favorite number. Like I was born June 26, 1996. My mom had me at like 1:16 in the morning. Um
Hold up. Answer this question that I
okay.
put up on the screen.
What was that quote though? The fantasy is better than the reality.
The fantasy is better than the reality. That was the quote.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry.
I just believe that this year is my year. But with that being said, I don't have any more questions. So let's go to the chat to see what they're talking about. I can't see it. So help me out.
Oh, you can't see it, Child. The chat is
Y'all been
chatting.
lighting me up.
Yes, the chat has been.
Oh, my wig. Okay.
The chat has been chatting.
Y'all been talking about me? What y'all been talking about?
High Def is in the building.
Okay. Where the questions at? Help me
Nurse
out.
Coco is in the building. Mo is in the building. They've been responding.
Okay. Where the questions at?
I gave you the first question, girl. So let me ask you some questions. Can I ask you some questions?
Oh, all right. Go ahead.
See, somebody said, don't settle. Don't do it. Don't do
That's
it.
my cousin. What's up, Kayla?
Dr. Lady J is in the building. Hey, from what's up, Baltimore?
Hey.
Is in the building. Oh, Honey Bun is in the building. Yes, I am excited. Y'all is showing up today. Oh, thank you. Bakari is in the building. Thank you for being so proud of me. It just warms my heart. It do. And listen, even Mo gave, and you are definitely smiling more, aren't I?
Yes, ma'am.
Aren't I? Look what your homegirl put in the chat. She is not mean all the time.
Who, me or Carlita?
Me, girl.
Oh,
She must have missed the West Side versus East Side. She missed that question.
I already know what side y'all on. But
yes, you. So you said I can't ask you no questions?
You could, but it was about you. I don't have no more. So go ahead and get in my business.
No, I'm not gonna get in your business. I want to know, did you learn anything different about me?
Did I?
Yes.
Well, I learned your favorite movie.
Have you ever heard of it?
I haven't. I can't even remember what you said. I never heard of it.
New Legend of Shaolin is a martial arts movie. I am a martial art buff. I love Jet Li. Before Jet Li, it was Bruce Lee. Al Ee. Jet Li is Al I. But he has a movie. It's called New Legend of Shaolin. And it's just one of my favorite movies. It's a classic. And I found it 2 weeks ago and I actually watched it. And I had Keisha watching it and she just was looking at me like, but I appreciated, her watching it because I found it and it's my favorite movie in the world. Wow. And I can watch it over and over again. I love martial arts. A lot of people do not know that about me. But yes, I am a martial art buff and I love karate movies. I do.
But no, I think I ain't say I know you front to back, but the questions that I asked, I kind of, I knew.
Because you're paying attention.
I think we locked in like that.
We locked in like that. Tony Jaa movies. No, I've never seen it, but you can forward, if it's martial art, you can definitely forward it to me and I will watch it. I love all martial arts, especially in the back in the day, Wu-Tang versus Shaolin.
The Last Dragon?
Huh?
The Last Dragon?
I do like The Last Dragon, but that doesn't fit in the category. But Shona, I do like that. I have watched that movie a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have another question for me?
Yes. So in doing this, being put in a position um to ask me questions, does it give you a little bit more confidence to be able to do this?
I don't think it was a confidence thing. More so, I think it was more so like me being stubborn because I'm an introvert too. Like I can be extroverted to some people sometimes, but for the most part, I would love to just sit in a corner or sit in a house and just be away from people. So, like I told you, like God always, give me what I ask for. He always makes me an example. So I'm just following God at this point. So it's,
Okay.
I'm just whatever He told me to do, I'm gonna lead and just go. So I'm here.
All right, I love it, and I'm here for it. And so Michelle is the person that is going to help me with the 1 million people, healing 1 million people, one person at a time. I'm actually going to give her some of the responsibility to help me um expand it and get it out there and get people, acclimated with it. We're gonna sit down and come up with something so that when if I go places and talk about it, she'll be the one talking about it, because what better person to talk about it than the one person that has went through the process, especially with me. So tag you it. She didn't know that. She just got that assignment today. Why? Because this is a part of her process of her stepping up and doing this. It just lets me know what we are capable of doing. So I definitely appreciate you for stepping. Oh, somebody said martial arts marathon on Saturdays. Where at?
Mm-hmm.
No, then y'all gonna know where I'm at. Y'all gonna be calling me like, where you at? I'm gonna be. I'm telling you, I love martial arts, especially the back in the day ones. I love, love, love karate movies. I really, really do. And most of my lessons come from watching karate. And believe it or not, I love the X-Men. Martin Day, the X-Men is my second favorite.
Wow. I don't think I've
And
seen it since it came out. I don't remember what it's about.
yeah, I love all the series. Or I love all the X-Men's and all the spin-offs. I watched all of them. And I oftentimes use the X-Men as an analogy to help me, especially when I am talking about spiritual gifts. I oftentimes use the X-Men because who don't know who the X-Men is?
True.
So I oftentimes use that. So even the things that I enjoy, I use them in teaching and facilitating the things that I enjoy, the things that entertains me. I actually use it. So it's not just entertaining me, I'm actually learning, and it's helping me, it has helped me over the past expand my thinking and my creativity. Because you can learn and take anything and learn from it, a life lesson from it.
For
So
real. That's like from playing basketball, like I said, I've always been a hard worker. So like I said, when I started working, like I built a work ethic. So I built a work ethic and just learning how to talk to people, and yeah, so I feel like basketball allowed me to just, explore into a lot of areas of my life. So
right. So that's what I wanted to ask you about basketball. So do you ever think you will play again
for
on
fun,
any kind of level
for fun, for
for
fun,
fun?
I would.
So
There's a like a little summer league where it's like the old heads play. Like I know a few leagues, but I don't know. Since I've been back in Maryland, I moved back to Maryland in 2020, and I don't know. I've just been on a money run, but I'm definitely in this mindset of not working myself to death and actually enjoying myself and having fun. I'm going out of the country this year, so it's like I might, dust the shoes off, take them off the wall. You never know, but I mean, hey.
Okay, let me know and I'll be there with my phone
I
taking
still
pictures and
got it though.
recording.
I still got it. So anybody that want to line it up in the comments, let me know. I still got it, you know.
Yes,
So
and I know somebody that once had a
and
love for
once a smoke,
basketball. Huh?
you know somebody
Is
that
you
went.
coming for Aunt? Is
I
you
mean,
coming for Aunt?
I mean, since you brought up Aunt, you
I
know,
wasn't even talking about him. Come
I
on.
wasn't talking about Aunt Eva, but
I
Aunt.
thought you said
All
his name.
right, so Aunt is somebody that think he got a better jump shot than me. I just want to throw that out there. But
Girl, anyway, real
go.
talk. I have somebody that had a love for basketball, used to play and got a scholarship. But something happened and she never played again and lost her desire. And
It be like that.
it'd be like that. But I think that hearing from you and now that you're older, you figured out what it is that you really want to do, and you still use the principles.
Of course.
And so I pray that that individual is watching and has received some kind of motivation to
If
get that
not,
back.
tell them come holler at me. If they not, I got you.
See, that's why I knew me and Mo. Mo, my girl. I know that. Yes. So that was fun. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was fun. I'm not going to be doing this all the time, but it was fun. You asked me questions that I really hadn't had the answer because nobody asked me. But I appreciate you taking the time to really think of the questions and be intentional about the questions that you asked me. I probably will slide this in every now and then so that new people can also get to know me as well. I think this is a good way to learn about the person that is in front of you. Remember last week I said that you should not want nobody standing in front of you that you can't feel, that you can't relate to, that you can't believe, that you can't reach in a sense. And so that's why I bring my real life to the forefront. That's why I heal out loud, because we are more alike than we are different. And again, this is a plea to our men in our community. We are asking that we know that you're out there doing incredible things. And all we are asking is, can we, as your female counterpart, can we find a way to come together and do this work? Because it is necessary in order to restore our community back to its not even to its originality, but to be greater, to be healthy. We have to work together. And so that is my plea to the men in all our different communities and our lives. This is the call to ask you to step up. And so for the next couple of weeks, I'm praying that it will be men that are on the platform to share, to give us some inspiration, to give us some light, to tell us what we can do to make things flow much more different, so that we could begin to work collectively and not as individuals. And I don't want it to be men versus women. We got to get over that. And so I pray that to all the men that are consistently in this particular community, that the dudes that you hang out with, that that's doing this work, that that is serious about the advancement of their community, we want them. We want to hear from them. We want to work with them and one another. We have so much resources in this one community that is ridiculous. And so let's not gatekeep it. Let's share and let's do this work together, instead of apart. And the only way that we can do that is if we communicate with one another. We got to get a handle on our communication. Um, and that's it. And so with that said, I think y'all, we started on time, so we're going to end on time. Did Michelle do a good job, y'all? Give us some shout outs before we close it out. Let her know that she did a good job. If you feel like she did a good job, if you want to see her back at it in a host cheer, um, let me know, and she will get pushed to do it again. So just let me know. It doesn't always have to be me. It doesn't. I don't have to always speak. I don't, although I'm always ready, but I don't always have to be the one. There's a lot of pushers in this community. And so if you feel like or believe this is something that you want to do, as it relates to speaking or whatever, what better way to get practice than to do it in a platform that's for you? It's yours. And so, again, all you have to do is go to pushyourlife.org, express your interest, and we will make that happen, because this community is ours. It is for us, by us. And I don't gatekeep anything. This was created for us. And next week, bring more people. I know you know people that know people. Bring them. In the meantime, between time, go ahead and hit that like button, because it pushes us through the algorithm. And again, if you want to see Michelle Fitzgerald again, and if you want this fitness thing, we recognize, we heard her on this evening. We got to push her. And how you push her is, if she say it, you got to hold her to it right then and there. Schedule your appointment. Don't let her just talk just to be talking. Schedule your appointment with her. And that is how we can get this thing moving. But if we're not calling, if we're not like scheduling, then she ain't gonna do nothing. So some people need a jump start. And so this is the community where she gave us her idea. She shared it. And so now I'm asking people to just tap in. We do virtual workouts and all that. But we got to push her in a direction that she can't back out. Like today, she couldn't back out. She ain't had no choice but to show up. Because once she says yes, she is a woman of her word. I just want to say thank you. I'm so proud of you. I know sometimes life just throws some stuff, but because you choose to live and you choose to go through, is why you always come out on the other side of this thing. It is your faith that carries you. It is the way that you encourage yourself. It is the way that you empower yourself. And so as you keep on sharing, I pray that God gives you the desires of your heart. Again, I am so proud of you, and you know my number. So what to do, as you always do, because we do not suffer in silence. We do not struggle alone. We do this together. And so again, this is your platform. And even if you want to do workout on here, we will do it, girl. I was on TikTok. We was having a talent show on TikTok, girl. Okay. I don't care. I will find a way to make it happen. I've done it. I'm doing it. It don't matter. I got all these platforms. What I got them for? And so I'm taking people everywhere. You said you want to do this? Guess what? Call me in 5 minutes and I'm going to set it up and we're going to do this. That's how it happened. And we had a whole talent show. And I thank God that there's always a witness. In everything that I do, there is always somebody that can attest to the power of God. I'm telling you, no lie. And I ain't see her in the chat, so I don't know if she watching, but I ain't gonna put her out there yet. But it's this young lady that I am working with, and she really got skills. And so I'm going to continue to work with her, and then I'm going to connect you two together when I think she is ready, because I believe even with all the mental and emotional and the spiritual exercises that we do, physically we have to take care of ourselves too. Oh, yeah. And so I'm gonna get back on board. You gotta start small with me, and then we're gonna make this a thing. Anything you want to say before we end?
Um, well, first off, I want to thank God. It's like I'm playing. No, but seriously, thank God for just allowing me to be a vessel. Allowing me to be here, allowing me to get out my comfort zone. And for just loving me, and I appreciate you for bringing me on your platform. I appreciate you for
Power.
loving me unconditionally. Thank you for always answering my phone calls, even when you're on your hospital bed and you doing them with other things. Thank you for just, stepping in and just loving me for me. And I appreciate that. So
Oh, no problem. I love you. I love you. I want to do this too. I want to give a shout out to Trivia Inspirational Radio. I want to give a shout out to her because every now and then we got to go back just to say thank you. And so I want to shout her out because if you all remember, we first launched this platform on her station. So I want to just give Trivia's Inspirational Radio a shout out. I also want to shout out What's Up Baltimore because that's like a home away from home. That's the place where those ladies over there, they seen me. And not only did they see me, they heard me and they gave me the space to speak and share. And I will forever be grateful for that. I also want to thank Global Butterfly Effects for believing in me and what I have to say. I thank Global Butterfly Effects for welcoming me into their community of authors, great authors. I just thank God for that. Shout outs to Pivot Workforce Development for just being, for just existing and doing your thing. I'm not going to say a whole lot, but if you know anybody, any women that have been impacted by the criminal justice system, please send them my way. And it's time sensitive because we could already start our cohort next week, but we are recruiting. So if you know anybody, get them to me tomorrow. Like flood my phone, my DMs, DM me, let me know so that we can get these women the assistance that they need. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Ladies League of Baltimore, where I happen to be a participant and a member at. Shout out to every lady for everything that you are doing. People started with just ideas and dreams, and now they are manifesting. Now people are living out the very thing that they painted with their words, or they wrote out, or they put pictures up. People are literally, and to be a part of that, to see people dreams come alive, their ideas, their visions, to see them come alive is not a light thing. And so I just want to say thank you all for just showing up, being yourselves, and doing this thing the way that you are doing it. I definitely just want to shout out those group of people in particular. I also want to shout out Bakari. I want to shout him out because I don't give him as much credit. But I want to shout him out because he is the reason why I am conscious. He is the reason why, a part of the reason why I decided to make internal difference in my life. And so shout out to him. I oftentimes joke, but I'll be serious. I tell people you need to thank him because it was his words to me that got my attention and that provoked me to want to change, to want to do something different, to want to learn who I am and where I come from. So I definitely want to shout him out, and the rest of the brothers that took part in that journey back then. Definitely, I definitely appreciate you. And I want you to lift him in prayer. I'm not going to put his business out there, even though it is on Facebook, but it's not my business to share. But those that are intercessors, I'm asking that you lift him up in prayer as his heart needs it. And also Veronica Jackson, you all know her. She's been on the platform. Pray for her heart, pray for her mind and her family. let's just pray for each other. This is a time where I don't talk to me, pray for me. Don't call me. I'd rather for you to pray for me right now in this season of my life. If you want to do anything, you want to support me in any way, pray for me. I'm trying to tell you, I am not above prayer. I need it. And so if that is your gift, I am asking you to tap in and pray as God places these names in front of you. January the 18th, I will see some of y'all in the building. And I'm saying, hold on to your seats. And I'm saying, whatever you want from God, whatever you want from your community, whatever it is that you desire as it relates to the collective, I want you to bring all that with you. Because God is up to something. But yes, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Oh, and I have a special surprise coming for you all. I'm not going to spoil it, but I want you to know that there is a surprise that is coming for y'all. Y'all just hold on. You talk about 2026. It's going to be progressive. I'm trying to tell you, you're going to get the desires of your heart if you put the work in. I'm trying to tell you, the healing that you want is not in your past. It's in your future. The breakthrough that you want is not in your past, it's in your right now. So I'm saying whatever decision that you make, you ain't getting a breakthrough because you ain't doing nothing. I'm saying when you find, I'm about to go somewhere. Let me calm down. Maybe I'll make a video and put it on a video, send it to y'all. I don't know. But I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Michelle Fitzgerald, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. This was fun. It was informative. I enjoyed it. Until next time, pray for me as I pray for you.
Bye.
Bye. Ain't nobody tell her to click off. It is your girl Pusher. If you're not pushing forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. No, really say that thing out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. Have you gotten your copy of It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal and people pusher? No, then travel over to pusherlife.org, go to the author's page, and you will find It Takes One to Know One and People Pusher. Come tap in.